Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to get right into it. I want to do a quick eye makeup tutorial on my favorite go-to date night eye makeup look. So we'll be doing brows and the eyeshadow. Excuse my skin, it is rebelling against me right now, so when this camera gets uncomfortably close, I'm sure you'll see some of that. So on that note, give me a moment to readjust this camera and get you all up in my grill. Okay, welcome back to my face. This is like uncomfortably close. But if you see me looking to the side, it is because that's my viewfinder and I'm going to use that as my mirror. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, I always do my eyebrows first. So we're going to brush out your eyebrows. And I usually just use this little spoolie brush. This is from Morphe. And so we'll brush them out. Okay. Also, I have nowhere to set my stuff, so I'm constantly going to be turning around. And then we're going to use the IT brow pencil that I talked about in my makeup favorites. This is the Twist Up Just Crayon Universal Brown color. So you're going to come in here and just slowly fill in along the base your brow. And then I also do just here in the top as well. Just really natural. You don't want to look like you have giant blocks on your face, so we'll just come in here and... Why do I sound like Bob Ross right now, or whoever that painter is? Goodness. You're just gonna paint the trees. No, just do little lines to fill in your eyebrow. And then if you want to do a little bit of a tail, you can. My eyebrows are completely out of control right now, so when I said in my previous videos that I had crazy eyebrows, I was not kidding, as you can see probably being this close. So anyways, we're just going to do a little fill-in, and you can see the difference between the two, where one just looks like it has something in it, and the other is pretty bare and missing the tail. Alright, now we're going to come in and put our eyeshadow base on, and I use the Paint Pot by MAC, and this is the one in Soft Ochre. So we're just going to take a fluffy brush, and a little bit goes a long ways, and you're just going to come in here and blend it out over your whole eyelid. Okay. Next, I always like to put the highlight on underneath my eyebrow, and this is just so that once I'm done, if I put it on last, it kind of stands out and messes with the fading and the blending of my other colors. So I just like to put this on first. So I'm going to jump into my Jaclyn Hill, and we're going to grab just a fluffy brush. This is from Morphe, and we're going to grab one of the lighter colors here. You can do either or, but I usually do the lightest one. And you're just going to come in and dust this under your eyebrow. And this is just going to give you that pop of highlight. Some days, this is literally all I do with my makeup, and I call it a day. But we're going to do just a little bit more. So I'm going to use another fluffy brush from Morphe, like I said. I'm never going to get names right. Just drop the palette. Okay. And then you can tell which ones I use a lot. So we're going to use this guy right here to go in and start our crease. So I always like to use a lighter one first. You just spin your brush around and get a little bit. And you're going to want to set the brush in this deep corner to start. And then kind of windshield wiper it back and forth. You can see that seems like a lot of color at first, but we're just going to keep blending it and blending it. Okay, and then once you feel like you've got that blended far enough into your highlight, you can add more color if you feel like you need it, but I feel like that was a good chunk to start with. So then we're going to move into a tighter fluffy brush, blending brush, whatever you want to call it, and then we're also going to go down into this deeper brown. So you'll just get a little bit of that on the brush, and really just a tiny bit's going to go a long ways. And you're going to start here in the same deep part of the crease, and you're going to blend it kind of in the same way. You're just not going to do it as aggressively up. So you're just going to keep it here living in the crease. So if you just kind of trace the feeling of your eyeball, you'll be good. Okay, and you want to keep it a little bit more pigmented here in this corner. And then once you feel like you have that blended a fair amount, you're going to take just a touch of that, and we're going to run it along our lash line on the bottom. Okay. I have to check another mirror because this is really, really weird. I don't know how people do this. Okay. And then I'm going to take my tiniest little fluffy brush here and the darkest color there. And we'll just get a tiny bit on this brush. And I'm going to come in and run it in the deep corner here along the lashes. And you want to start with a little bit at a time. It's way easier to build something than be like, shit, I put too much, and have to go in and take it away. So I'm also going to put some of this down here along my lash line. And just kind of blend it back and forth. So you could stop right here and just call this, you know, a softer, smokier eye. You can see here we have nothing. Here you could stop, but I want to put a little bit of a pop and a little bit of color here. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put on this Stila One liquid eyeshadow that I talked about in my previous video with the makeup favorites. And what I like to do with this is I'll actually put it on the back of my hand like this, rather than going directly into the eye with the sponge that's on it. I'll grab a flat brush like this guy here and grab some of that product, and we're just going to come in and put it here at the start of our eyelid. And I'll just take a little bit at a time so I can really build it. And you want to kind of blend it a little bit into the darker shading that you did there in the corner. And then once you feel like you have enough, which do you really ever have enough? Okay, so I'm going to call that a day there with the glitter. I'm going to come back in with my blending brush that I did the mid-toned brown in, so that second brown that we did. I'll put a little bit on there, and then I'm just going to come in and just sharpen up this crease a little bit, blend in the glitter there in the top. Make sure there's no hard lines of anything, because your whole point is to keep everything really blended. So at this time I feel like everything is blended pretty well. The glitter is on there really nicely. The brows are done. So what I'm going to do from here, you could put some liner on the top. I'm not going to, because I honestly feel like it takes away from the glitter a little bit. So what I'll do is use my Makeup Forever black eyeliner, and we're just going to put this in the waterline along the bottom. And for this, I'm going to use a mirror because I'll literally stab my eye if I try and use the viewfinder. So hang in there with me. So I always have to pull down my eyelid because that makes me feel like I have some control, and I'm sorry if that's really creepy looking. It probably is. And put some of that liner in there, and it just kind of deepens up that waterline, makes it a little bit more dramatic. As far as mascara goes, I'm not going to put any on my top lashes because I actually have lash extensions on. But what I am going to do is comb through them with a little comb. Good God, I can't talk. A little comb to get any of that excess shadow off. And brush out those lashes. Also, if you're in the Portland area, my lash girl is phenomenal. So I'm going to put her Instagram link in the description of this video too. So if you are in this area and are looking for a great lash extension expert, she is honestly the best. And then as far as the bottom lashes go, I'm going to use that voluminous L'Oreal mascara that I talked with you guys about. My bottom lashes are like just as long as my top ones, so I have to kind of run my finger along the bottom here or it'll tap onto my skin and then I have black marks on my skin. So that is going to be your completed eye. And this is just my favorite go-to date night eye. So I'm going to do this one without any talking. Okay, so now we have both of our eyes done, and I did forget one of the best parts. So I always clean up under my eye here just with a clean brush. And then I forgot about my inner eye highlight. So I'm going to use the Becca highlighting powder and just a clean fluffy brush. And we'll come in here and just put a little pop of color in the inner corner. And by color, I definitely mean just a pop of highlight. Okay, and that is going to be your completed eye look. So just a few steps, just all about blending, a little bit of glitter, and now you're good for date night. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you want to use this look to go on a date night with your boyfriend or your husband or your best friend, or if you're taking yourself out on a date night, you go girl. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed.